what's up everybody? Welcome to week 22 right here on the 52 Horrific Weeks in 1981 series. I am your host Moon616 and thank you once again for joining me. Alright, so of course this week I threw the remaining 30 films into the randomizer, press random, and The Entity came up. Now, it's a film I've seen a few times in the past. Haven't watched this one in quite a long time, so I was looking forward to checking this one out when it came up. And of course, The Entity is based on, a true story. There was a book. And of course, the events in the film are, mostly fictionalized, but, the basis is there of what happened to her. So getting into the plot of the film, it is about a single mother named Carla Moran. She's a single mom of three. She's just your everyday single mom, really. Has a job, just kind of scrapes, gets by, and just kind of living her life. And of course, one night she's just randomly at home, and she's sitting in her bedroom, and she viciously gets attacked and raped by something that is inhuman. And it's quite vicious. So, of course, she freaks out, grabs the kids, and gets the fuck out of the house there for the night and goes and stays with her friend. So she returns to her house the next night, and of course she actually calls over her friend to come and stay with her because, she's fucking scared shitless of what the hell just happened. She just can't figure it out. So that's, that goes on. And then, of course, she's driving to work, that same day or the next day, and, whatever it was, the entity actually basically takes over the vehicle and actually tries to crash and kill her. He obviously doesn't succeed, and now she's really fucking freaked out. She has no idea what's going on. So what she does is she decides to go and see a psychiatrist. She wants to get some professional opinions on what this might be, because she can't fully understand. She doesn't know if it's in her head or just she wants a professional opinion to wrap her fucking her mind around this. So she starts seeing him, and he's really looking into things, and he's convinced that that it's all in her mind. And of course, the more that he tries to convince her that it's, in her mind, she's pretty much convinced it isn't, because there's another incident happens, and she's left bruised to hell, another vicious rape in a bathtub, and she's left bruised to hell. She goes and sees him again. And he's still convinced, though, and so then there's a bunch of more attacks and stuff. Jump forward to just over an hour into the film. She's been seeing the psychiatrist the whole time, not really getting anywhere. She's feeling that, it's not really going anywhere. So she decides to go and, look into some things herself. And what she does is she ends up just going to this bookstore, and she wants to go get some literature on, paranormal, fucking, anything to, try to figure out what's going on. And she runs into these two paranormal parapsychologists, or whatever they call them, doctors, in this bookstore. And she basically convinces them to come back to her house and check out her situation, because she tells them what's up. And they're just fucking fascinated. And of course they have a run-in. And they have a run-in with the entity, and it has she doesn't get raped or anything or attacked, but there's just this big electrical charge and shit. They get some pictures and stuff, and then basically what they want to do is they want to fucking look into this hardcore, and they're really convinced that something's going on there, and they want to get to the bottom of it. So I'll leave it right there. That's basically most of the film. My thoughts on the film: I think this film was really well done. For a movie that's 125 minutes long, I think it's done so well. When the attacks happen in this film, I'll start with the attacks. It's just got the most vicious kind of soundtrack going on. It's this really hard-hitting kick drum with electric guitars hitting at the same time, just kind of a beating sound every time it's happening. You almost feel it it's almost like every time that's beating, you feel the thrust into her. As gross as that sounds, but that's kind of like how I get from it, what I take from it. I think it really fucking works, man. It's really vicious. The attacks just happen right out of the fucking blue, too. It's not like there's, nothing really building up to it all. She's just looking in her mirror or whatever, and all of a sudden just gets fucking attacked and shit. So I think the director, Sidney Furie, did a really good job with the attack scenes and stuff, and, like I said, it's amazing. 125-minute film, and the pace in this film is really well done because, for the first hour of the film, you don't even realize the first hour goes by. And then there's really no slow moments in this one. I didn't mention in the plot, but she has a boyfriend. She, kind of comes and goes as he pleases and stuff. I take it he's always on the road doing whatever. I don't really think they fully go into what exactly he's doing all the time. I thought a couple parts in that was, it did need to be there, but it fully didn't need to be. There is a really vicious scene involving him too that he actually gets to witness. Fucking freaks him out and shit. But I can't say enough good things about the pacing. Like I said, 2-hour film really fucking just kind of flies by. Great score in this, kind of ominous and just kind of when the action happens, it just hits hard. There's none of this bullshit fucking jump scares and shit. It's just in your fucking face, man. Always been a really big fan of this movie. I think it's really well done. Barbara Hershey does a fantastic job in the lead role. And the effects in this movie are actually quite good. Now, there's no gore or anything, but I do know from reading previously in a Rue Morgue interview with Rue Morgue magazine interview with the director of this film that there's a scene in the film where she's laying on a bed buck naked, and all you can see is her boobs being felt up, right? And I mean, if you didn't know while you're watching the film, you would think that was her body, but it's actually a prosthetic. They built that because they need to figure out a way to actually, manipulate the boobs by, with nothing there. So I thought it was really cool. I thought they did a really well job with this. I mean, the budget on this film was not very high. I know that for a fact. But awesome movie, man. I mean, I could really talk about this one for a long time. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of psychological, I guess a little bit of psychological stuff, but, and the para investigations and stuff like that. I mean, the end of the movie is a little crazy, what they did with the movie, it's a little fucked up, but I don't think it's completely over the top. I don't think they, overdid it either. If you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. You might disagree with me, but I think it just really works. It's totally fucked. The idea that they come up with to try and capture and get rid of this entity is fucking totally out there. I totally agree. But the way they did it in the film, it just comes and goes. It's quick and it's to the point, and I think it really works. So the acting in this film, everyone's really good all around. I think the doctor that she's seen, the first psychologist, I think he's really good in the movie. He does a really good job. And yeah, I mean, there's a documentary on this DVD that I've yet to watch. I've been really curious about it. I should watch that because I've watched this DVD a couple times. I still have never actually watched that. So I've actually started it 2 different times and got a minute into it and never even got to I got interrupted and turned it off. So, but yeah, The Entity. If I had to rate this film, I'd probably give it, a good 7.5 out of 10. It's a very solid film. And it's just vicious. It's scary, in my opinion. This is a really scary movie. Now, the director always said that he doesn't consider it to be a straight-up horror movie, but this movie's scary. Just the idea of, something that you can't see hurting you, attacking you, and raping you is fucking brutal in my eyes. I don't know, man. I think this is a really great movie. But yeah, leave your opinions. If you've seen this movie down below, I'd like to hear what you think of this one, because I think it's a very powerful film, and it's interesting. It's one of the best supernatural type of fucking movies, in my opinion, ever made. I mean, they don't make movies like this anymore. A lot of this shit, it's Haunting and Kinetic, all those fucking movies, I think they're all garbage. But that one's really good, I gotta say. Oh yeah. I'm still sick, sorry if I sound like shit, but anyways, The Entity Week 22, here on the 52 Horrific Weeks in 1981. Another fucking gem from 81 for sure. And yeah, I will be back next week with a different film. No idea what it's going to be. Hope you join me. Anyways, signing out Mood 616. Peace out, homies.